I'm live. Hopefully. Oh, I think so. Let me reconfigure my setup. That light is probably not great in terms of being backlit. And how do I feel about the rest? I don't know. I think it's okay. Yeah. Hey, friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy full moon in Taurus. Happy Scorpio season. All of those things. Yeah. Happy tea time as well. Hmm. I'm having a bit of rooibos tea with a touch of chamomile because I'm trying to regulate my nervous system through the death of capitalism. Mm. Hey, Karen. Thank you. I don't know if it's a functioning business anymore, but it used to be a seller of African and African inspired textiles up in Seattle called Urban Karma Wear. Yeah, and that's where this came from. Long time ago. Mm. Okay, so, oh yeah, I should probably introduce myself and what's happening. So, hey, hi. I am your friendo, the lady Ms. Vagina Jenkins, Black queer autistic artist and astrologer. And this is my monthly Astro office hours. Astro office hours are a way for me to be available in a kind of low cost, low stakes, accessible way to my communities because my communities are Black folks and queer folks and trans folks and let's face it, under capitalism, marginalized folks sometimes don't have the funds like we ought to, despite our genius. Um, and I don't think that not having funds should preclude you from getting to access astrology. So this is one way that I provide that access. I do these little open houses. Oh, hey, Janelle. These little open house moments. And then they also have like a pay what you can astrology reading session. So if you have like pressing questions about your chart or the astrology in the sky, we can do that. Oh, to that end, I should probably pin a comment. Oh, you did find them. Okay, I'm gonna put them in the chat. Hold on. Head wrap. Check out Seattle's own Urban Karma Wear. They are a Black trans spectrum business, by the way. And then, oh, so I was going to pin a comment about if you would like to do pay what you can readings. Tips are always appreciated. Yo, how did y'all fare with this Taurus full moon moment? I'm so tired right now and low energy. I apologize if that's off putting in any kind of way, but it is how I am right now in this moment. TLM, TLMV Jenkins. And then my PayPal is on here. Ooh, I hear some crows talking about some things. I hope they're not talking about me. Let me see. When I was asking about how the full moon hit. Karen had said, "This one hit me more than most, which lets me know I need to ground." I mean, yeah. Okay, so generally speaking, if full moons are a time of release, quite literally, the water in our bodies being tugged on by the fullness of the moon, then a lot of times people need to rest, be still, ground in order to release, generally with any full moon. And then this particular full moon being in Taurus, which is about Earth, which is opposite of the Scorpio sun that's happening in the sky, which has been all about the digging deep. I wonder how much we have dug deep and on this day might be releasing. Uh, Between you, me, and Jeebus, and anyone who watches this in the future, I finally made some poops. That has been a pressing issue during this particular Scorpio season. Shout out to all my constipated friends. Jesus Christ. Mm, my, it's it's rough having a body. It's rough having a body, but nevertheless, they persist. So yeah, let's check out some transits. One of those foundational grounding exercises. Yes, very much so. Aw, I love those little Spanish poop figures. You know what I'm talking about? The little dude. You know who I'm talking about. Um, let's look at these transits. Let me show you something. Let's look at this window. Chrome tab. Hmm. So that's where I'm at now. There we go. Hopefully. Actually, okay. All right. I think that I am sharing the screen. I just wanted to look at the chart for right now in this moment, just to orient myself. Um, that Aquarius thing has me excited. What are you talking about? What Aquarius thing has you excited? Mm, I want to know too. I want to be excited. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to look at the chart of this moment. Um, I'm using my cursor, but I kind of think that maybe you can't see it. And when I am on the tab, then you can't hear me. So we're just going to look for the symbol for the sun that is sitting in the seventh house. That's how we will start to orient ourselves. We'll look at the symbol for the sun sitting in the seventh house of this chart anyway, but generally speaking, it's in Scorpio. Ah, yes. Um, you have Pluto. Do you have Pluto? Sorry, do you have Janelle? Do you have Aquarius placements at the early degrees of Aquarius? I wonder why that transit is so jazzy for you. Sorry, I lost my track of thought. What was I going to say? Oh, okay, yes, Scorpio season. So the sun is in Scorpio at 13 degrees. Directly opposite right now, we got the moon sitting in Taurus at 20 degrees. The full moon moment was actually technically a little earlier today, this morning, when they were both at 13 degrees. And I saw this astrologer on TikTok. Oh, it's okay. Let me know if you find out later. I'm just curious. Tell me on the Discord too if you want. Um, I saw this astrologer TikTok, Trenty Wayne, and he was talking about some pattern that he had made of the next few new moons and full moons. He noticed that the next few new moons, like at least through the end of the year, will be around 28, 29 degrees of a sign. So, how much we have developed in that particular area of life, like all the way to the fullest almost. And that the next few full moons will be exactly at 13 degrees of their respective sign. So this is the first one that was at 13 degrees. Like I said, now it's that moment has passed. The moon is still actually full to the naked eye, so you can do your ritual work tonight. Um, but yeah, that's where we find the full moon. Mm. Moment. Is there anything making an aspect to it? I'm looking for anything around 13 degrees of a particular sign. Oh, the nodes. The nodes are at 15 degrees and they are in mutable signs. So they're not like making a hard square or an opposition to the full moon moment. That's cute. Yeah, there's not anything that's really particularly challenging, in my estimation, to the full moon moment. I mean, I guess you could say maybe the Venus and Libra Chiron opposition, but I feel like that has been happening. We should have experienced our healing, our changing, our shifting in our values already, and that's kind of been the background noise. So yeah, I don't see that this aspect is or this particular relation is making intense aspects to anything particularly like that's going to wake us up or become particularly groundbreaking like on a world stage level. But if you have personal placements around 13 degrees, especially of the fixed signs Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, that might be something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, I just wanted to check us out and see if anything was just making any interesting aspects to the full moon moment. Now, let's go to the list of everything that's happening this month. Mm, mm, mm. There we go. Oh, okay, there we go. Once again, this is one of my favorite websites for astrology. Actually, I'm going to get rid of some of these ads. I'll be right back. Hold on. I don't like it when there's ads. Okay, I did what I could. So these are a full list of like all the major transits for the month. I'm not trying to look at this whole list, but holler at me in the comments if you want me to look at the chart for any one particular thing. What I want to notice first is if anybody is changing signs. And the first thing that I see is that Venus is going to be moving from the Libra that we just talked about into Scorpio. So, if Venus is about what we might be attracting to ourselves, or things to do with our values, or things to do with our romantic connections, how would we be shifting from a Libra way of doing that? So, the emphasis on one connections and relating to other folks, to now being in a Scorpio way of doing those tasks. And when I think about a Scorpio way, I think about shadow work, I think about digging deep. Um, yeah, really processing and getting rid of the shit. Speaking of Scorpio season, constipation, pooping, the urogenital tract, and the last part of the GI tract is what Scorpio is in charge of. So, yes, process it, get rid of it, move it along. How might that be taking place as it relates to the Venusian themes in your life? Also, mind you, if you have any planets in Scorpio, generally speaking, but keeping in mind that at the first part of the month, this is at the first couple of degrees of Scorpio. And so anything there that you have would be activated, or anything in opposition, so in Taurus, or in squaring, so in fixed signs like Leo and Aquarius. Mm, Uranus is going to be retrograding back into Gemini. Um, Wait, no, back into Taurus from Gemini, excuse me. So, Uranus in Gemini. All the surprise messages that we have been receiving. Americans, so many surprise messages, new information. Yeah, all of those sorts of things now moving into much more of a physical realm. How do we shift from the idea of this information that's surprising to actually experiencing real, tangible, material world upset kinds of feelings? So that's Uranus going back into Taurus. I'm kind of curious how long Uranus will be in Taurus. Let me go look that up. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, thank you for your patience. Yeah, that's a much longer range transit. We're retrograding definitely through the end of the year, and it then stations direct, and it will be back in Gemini in April of 2026. So once again, that shift from like information that it sort of upsets us in some sort of nervous system kind of way, moving into information that upsets us in a tangible material resources kinds of way. Um, Mercury retrograde for all the Sagittarius rising folks. Mercury retrograde will be starting in Sagittarius, so like I think somewhere around the. Let's go look at the chart actually. Mm, 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 mm. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. It's I haven't looked at this chart yet. You'll see Mercury here just above the line of the descendant marked DSC. It's in Sagittarius, and it's also at the start of the seventh house in this chart. Um, anyway, this is the chart of the moment. This is meant to be the chart of the moment that Mercury goes retrograde, but it's still direct in this chart. And either way, I just wanted to know what degree of Mercury we were starting at. So we are just experiencing Mercury in Sagittarius now. And what are our thoughts going to as it relates to expanding our consciousness in some kind of way or getting mentally free? We've been experiencing like that like the last week or so. So if you're a journaling person, you might want to look at your journals from the last week or so to identify any themes that will be up for reevaluation as we go into the retrograde moment. Because we'll be covering those first 6 degrees of Sagittarius twice. It will go backwards across those degrees and then into Scorpio. And then it will station direct forward through the last couple of degrees of Scorpio, and then cover those same 1 through 6 degrees of Sagittarius again. So it's almost as if you get this time as a practice session, then the next few weeks, up until I think it's November 29th that the retrograde ends, you get that time to be like, oh, let's reconsider some things. And then all of the things that you reconsidered, you get to then take action on post shadow period, which should be around the second week of December. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, as a Sagittarius rising, I'm curious about this Mercury retrograde and what will come up for me around my first house themes. Also, hey, I see, sorry, I saw your comment a minute ago, but then I was in the middle of a thought and I didn't want to lose it. Happy belated birthday, friend. Thank you for re-upping your subscription. Mm. So yeah, as a Sagittarius rising, but also folks with other mutable rising signs, particularly Gemini, the Pisces Virgo risings, particularly the Gemini and Virgo risings, because if you are a Gemini or Virgo rising, then your chart is ruled by Mercury, and every Mercury retrograde is going to hit different. Holler if you feel me, Karen Galamita. Mm. Or if you have dominant Mercury energy in your chart, like perhaps you have a Mercury ruled midheaven, or Mercury sits at your midheaven, that kind of thing. Anyway, solar return is Sagittarius rising. Oh wow! Dang, I hope that that is gonna be, well, it'll be expansive in some kind of way. Where is the Oh wait, it was in Cancer. Hold on. Oh, in the eighth house. Ooh, this is gonna be a delectable year. Mm. I'm thinking about how you might get to expand your astro knowledge, especially that intersection of what you're doing with like tea and food. Mm, yeah. Karen said that they were stumbling over words more than usual and feeling quiet, and that is not their typical way of being. Yes, why couldn't the eighth house be delectable? I enjoy mine. I don't have any placements there, but I do have that Cancer eighth house. And I do experience, I find care to be challenging, and also have benefited greatly from the care of femmes and non men in my life, I'll say. You know how it goes. Cancer eighth house things. Shout out to all my Cancer eighth housers. Okay, so that is just a little brief overview of that Mercury retrograde again through the end of the month. Mind the shadow period. Let's go back to the list. Where is the list? Mm, 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 mm. No, no, no. So, according to this list, what else do we have going on this month that I think is of significance? Oh, Jupiter retrograding through Cancer. I don't think it, yeah, I answered my own question, sorry. What else? Yeah, we're marking Mercury's movement when it leaves. It's still retrograding through Sagittarius. It leaves Sagittarius, enters Scorpio on the 19th. And it's in Scorpio retrograding, asking us to reconsider some of that shadow work all the way through the end of the month. We got the new moon in Scorpio on the 20th. Reminder about that Trenty Wayne theory, noticing that it's at the 28th degree, and how he was talking about how the next few new moons are around 28, 29 degrees of each sign. So yes, to new moon in Scorpio, new cycles that you might want to build in the Scorpio area of your house. Scorpio area of your chart. Yeah, Scorpio house of your chart. Yes. For me, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm in my first house perfection year, and I won't stop betraying myself. I don't know why. But I'll bet that with Mercury going retrograde and going retrograde through Scorpio from the 20th to the 29th, I'll bet I'll find out. Yay. Karen had said the new moon in Scorpio has me all eep. Scorpio is my fourth house. Do you have anything at or near the 28 degree mark of Scorpio? What else is happening? Why did I not? I did know that, but I didn't consciously flag that we were still in a Saturn retrograde. Saturn will be going direct. 25 degrees of Pisces. When are we going into Aries again? I feel like that's in March of 2026. Assia, do you know? I can also look it up too. Mercury running back to Scorpio to get us a mirror for reflection. I like that because as soon as when you said mirror, and then I was thinking about Mercury, I was thinking about it's a rear view mirror to watch us back up and drive over our enemies. I don't know if that's not true, but rear view mirror feels like a really exciting metaphor for Mercury retrograde. You know what I'm trying to say. Mercury retrograde, new moon moment. Yeah. What else is happening? Oh, we've got that Saturn going direct at the end of the month, Mercury going direct at the end of the month, and then at the very, very, very end of the month, wait, Venus entering Sagittarius. I thought we covered that already. I am confusion. Mm-mm. I wonder if I looked at Mars earlier and said Venus. Oh no, I was looking at the Venus in Scorpio. That's what it was. So yeah, those are the big transits for the month. Does anybody want to look at any of these particular charts or have questions about their own particular chart? Or just want to chitty chat, generally speaking? I'm available for it all. Winter has finally hit the Bay Area and it is just dreary and sad. So it's good to have some company and some good tea. Cheers. Oh, BT Dubs. This mug is a shark. Okay, sorry. Um, what are you sipping on? You always be having the good tea. I forget. Oh, I remember. It's another independent creator. I think I have a lot of art from independent creators. Um, I don't know how you say this. I think it's Creations Lee. Maybe their last name is Lee, but they're a Canadian ceramicist. Canadian ceramicist. I'll tell you that what I'm most focused on right now is, I mean, I'm trying to understand it astrologically, but I'll just tell you about life generally speaking. Work-life balance. And how much I value talking about astrology because it's my special interest as an autistic person. Yes. But when I think about my relationship to this YouTube channel and astrology, I feel very, very tired. I feel like I have gotten into my Virgo midheaven energy and forgotten all of my Jupiterian energy that is associated with all three of my other angular houses. Um, Sagittarius rising, so Jupiter on the ascendant. Pisces, fourth houser, so Jupiter ruled. I see Jupiter is nearly conjunct my descendant, and I have that energy sitting on the angular houses, which is like some of the biggest energy that we have in our life. And all I keep doing is focusing on the Virgo of it all. And I think because I have internalized the lessons of capitalism that say literally being of value has value. And it does. But also, I have my own innate value. And this is something that Karen and I have been talking about. And when I think about my own innate value, it doesn't feel aligned with the pace that I've been engaging with YouTube. And I am starting to wonder if it feels aligned with my creation of YouTube videos at all. So that's some stuff that I'm wrestling with and actually looking forward to for this Mercury retrograde moment to be able to sit with. So I don't know if y'all saw that last video that I made, but I was talking about taking a break, and that is some of the stuff that is motivating what is going on with this break. And I absolutely appreciate your patience for me and showing up like today, knowing that I'm on a break, knowing that my relationship to YouTube might be changing. Yeah, I just appreciate the support and the folks that have been here and continue to be here because it really has been because of y'all that I've been doing the thing. It really is, because I think specifically about the relationships that I've made and being accountable to y'all. And also, I need to be accountable to myself. And I don't know what that's going to look like past November at all. I'm just talking out ideas. But that's what's going on with me. What did you say? Oakland is so loud. Someone's car alarm is going off in the middle of the street. Why? I feel like this happened before on a live. Anyway, Karen's was talking about, yes, work-life balance, but when loves balance. Oh yeah, when a person does what they love, the balance can be difficult. Yes. And yes, still listening to inner knowing and doing what you need to do for you, despite everything that capitalism is screaming about and the urgency of trying to survive it. But yeah. Yes, thank you for the reminder that folks will be here when and if I decide to come back. Um, that helps. It really does. Yeah, I am not alone in this. And also, I know that folks got my back. And then Sia said, that makes sense. Your value is the being that is you, not the content you create and share. I look forward to the reflections that come to you through it, whatever form you choose to be human. Fuck yeah. Janelle is absolutely hard to get rid of. Janelle, wait, hold on. I just don't want to tell a lie. Yeah, I think that Janelle, maybe. Oh no, that's not true. I was gonna say Janelle is my first experience of like living with roommates as an adult, but that's not true. I lived with an awful, awful person just before you. But let me say you are one of the best roommates experiences I ever had. I'll say that. So fucking 20 years, 20 plus years, yeah, you're hard to get rid of. Like a bad penny. Yes, carrot. Mm. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. The shade of it all. Uh, did y'all ever live in like one of those cooperative houses? I feel like there are so many different types. This was a really good cooperative house experience, but there was just one asshole. Oh, and also one person that had a lot of loud sex, but I don't fault them for that. You're supposed to when you're in your 20s. But then yeah, one fucking asshole. There's always one fucking asshole. Oh, co-housing. Oh, it's such an adventure. Yeah, I think that that's everything that I have to say about the astrology of it all. I think I was bitten by something a moment ago. Ouch. I know it's going to sound odd if I say this, but I think that there's a mosquito issue. I know that it's November, but the Bay Area, we get rain for winter, and I think it brings about a mosquito issue. I don't know. I just feel itchy. Yeah. Mm. Anything else astrologically, artistically? Oh yeah, I'm working on a self-portrait of the artist as a snake in the grass. This is deep work in progress stuff because this doesn't look like anything right now. But one day it's going to be so cool, and you're going to be like, I saw it here first. But yeah, I am a fire snake, and we are in the year of the yin wood snake in terms of like Chinese Bazi astrology. Um, and a lot of the yin wood snake is about energy, and the vibe is about navigating things surreptitiously. And I'm thinking a lot about that as we are surviving fascism together, by the way. Um, is that I think that I personally, me, think that the time for direct action is done. And I think now is the time for covert organizing if you have not been engaging in such thus far. And it's the time for really heavy discernment in all of the spheres. And that is some wisdom that I know a lot about as a person who was born under the sign of the fire snake and as a person who has survived capitalism, white supremacy, ableism, and a number of systems of oppression that seek to destroy me. I know a lot about being a snake. So I wanted to paint about it, and that's what's happening. I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. I fuck with snakes heavy, but I hate saying that out loud because there's always some weird fucking snake dude that's like, yeah, me too, bruh. I'm like, nah, I don't fuck with snakes how you fuck with snakes. I don't fuck with snakes like that. I fuck with snakes as a spiritual symbol and as a medicine. I don't know how y'all fuck with snakes. You keeping them in fucking. Have you seen these people that keep snakes in what I can only describe as plastic shoe boxes? They're like this tall, and then you get a whole rack of them, and then you just have a shelf of snakes. Oh, that should be. Oh my god, that breaks my heart. Anyway, neither here nor there. Oh my god. Yes, water rat. I really vibe with the rat energy as well. I think it is a similar, very covert. Yes, and I think that rats are, to me, I associate them so much with abundance. I think a rat is a really good animal sign. And then snakes are good for rodent control. I admire them from afar. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Mm. All right, y'all. I feel chalked out. My social battery is done, but I just appreciate you all being here with me. And yeah, hit me up, DM me wherever you see me, email me if you ever want to talk about astrology, or life in general. And I'm just wishing us all the best in terms of surviving this phase in the end of empire. I hope that you're taking good care of yourself and your people, and I love you all. Yeah, for sure. Okay, friends. I will see you another time. Okay.